With the last pick in this year's draft.
To my 34 subscribers, I'm pretty sure y'all wondering, where the hell have I been? Why haven't I been talking about the New Orleans Saints? Do I even know what's going on with the New Orleans Saints? Why haven't I been talking about sports in general? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. The New Orleans Saints pissed me off last year. I had to decompress. So your boy got into the gym, started working on some of those PRs. And I know you're also wondering, have I been keeping up with the New Orleans Saints? Yes, I have. And I also been keeping up with the comments left on this channel. One video in particular that got a lot of comments while I was away from this channel was the Why Saints Fans Hate Derek Carr video. And I really don't gotta go into why Saints fans hate Derek Carr. Look at what's going on right now. Derek Carr requested a trade, and then once that trade wasn't given to him, he's threatening the team by saying he's gonna get season-ending surgery. I've seen this play out too many times in the NBA. And this is another reason why the New Orleans Saints fans do not like Derek Carr. Everything that I said in the video was a proven fact. I didn't just make that shit up off the top of my head. I got this information by researching. And everything that I said in the video is coming to fruition. Even with all that shit that I said, I was right about Derek Carr this whole time. All the news is coming out about how he looked at the quarterback room when Jameis Winston was on the team. I literally had people in the comment section in the Why Saints Fans Hate Derek Carr video telling me that I said that Derek Carr was not better than Jameis Winston.
What?
Where did I say that at? I can see now that common sense isn't that common. I remember when the old heads used to say that, but now I'm starting to understand when dealing with the internet that people are kind of stupid.
Boy, if you don't...
It is literally people in the comment section telling me things that I didn't say in the comment section. And all that tells me is you're not a fan of the New Orleans Saints. You are just a fan of Derek Carr. And if that's the case, fair. GG's, good job. You can come in the comment section and debate me all day long about why you think Derek Carr is a top tier quarterback. I don't care, but do not get on this mother loving app and tell me stuff that I did not say. I told you in the video that they got rid of Jameis Winston because Derek Carr did not want that competition in the room. That was a DA decision. It is a reason why Derek Carr did not miss a single game when Jameis Winston was on the team. He had way severe injuries that year than he did last year, and he missed more games. Why? Because Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener are not going to compete against you. They are not going to be a threat to your position. But guess what? If Jameis Winston gets in the game and start throwing TDs, guess what the fans are going to say? We want Jameis. Nowhere in that video did I say that Jameis Winston was better than Derek Carr. I said that he was a competent backup. He is a competent backup. That's why he stays with a job in the NFL. He is playing for the Giants right now. He is a steady getting a job as quarterback, because whether you want to believe it or not, he is a serviceable quarterback, meaning he can step in and get you 2 or 3 wins if you're out for 6 games. He can keep you on track. I'm not saying he's gonna go out there and win every game for you, but he can get you some wins until your first string quarterback comes back. But that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear me get on here and glaze their favorite all-time quarterback, Derek Carr. And I'm not a fan of Derek Carr. I am a fan of the New Orleans Saints. I don't care who you are. If you're not Drew Brees, I don't care who you are. I am a fan of the New Orleans Saints. Another thing people like to do is get on here and talk about stats. Please do not get on here and try to gaslight me about these weak ass stats. This is why context is important. This is the main reason why context is important. Let me give you some stats too. Derek Carr has only beat one playoff team, one team over 500 in his 2-year period with the New Orleans Saints, meaning that every team he's beaten was a bottom tier team. That's like me going to LA Fitness and winning 10 games in a row, and then I say, yo, I won 10 games in a row. Look at my stats. I won 10 games in a row. And then somebody who saw me play say, yeah, you won 10 games in a row, but you won it against 5th graders.
Oh!
Like, make it make sense to me. I told people that Derek Carr is in the middle. He is not up here. He is not down here. He is in the middle. He will beat bad teams and lose to good teams. He does this. I see every single game. I went to multiple games in that Superdome and watched him work, and he did not do a damn thing when it mattered. I watched Derek Carr go down the field. All he had to do is get a field goal. All he had to do is get into field goal range. And this dude chucks the ball up and get her interception because he got happy feet. And of course, it was against a team that was over 500, a team that actually made the playoffs. Matter of fact, it was against the Super Bowl champions. You had an opportunity to go down and beat these boys, but you instead threw an inadvised interception. So let's not sit here and act like he's an all-time great. If you're gonna sit here and tell me that his interception to TD ratio is this, okay, cool. But you better give me context. Where did this happen at? What is his record? How many of these games was actually with Derek Carr having the football at the end of the game with the opportunity to win the game? Just because you go out there and you play it safe and you don't throw too many TDs, you don't throw too many interceptions, that don't mean you're some type of great quarterback. You're just managing the game well. 200 yards per game is not no great quarterback. If you gave those stats to another quarterback, you would call him a game manager. But since you like Derek Carr, you sit here and you pound your chest and say that this is elite level work.
Like, respectfully.
So I guess ESPN, Pro Football, NFL.com don't know what they're talking about because these are the people who ranked him. All I'm doing is giving it to you. And instead of doing your own research, you're just gonna run and look at some stats and tell me this is what it is. See, this is why you box score people get on my nerves. Y'all just look at the in-game box score and say, oh, it was a great game because he didn't throw a pick. But like my fisherman hat, let's reel it on in real quick. Derek Carr has requested a trade. He didn't get the trade. So now he's saying that he's gonna sit out because he has an injury that happened 2 years ago. And everybody's wondering, how did this information leak 2 weeks before the NFL draft? You want to know how it leaked? It's either the New Orleans Saints leaked it, or Derek Carr leaked it, or Derek Carr's agent leaked it, or Derek Carr's brother leaked it. It doesn't make sense for the New Orleans Saints to leak this information knowing that they're going into the draft to pick specific players, a specific group. Doesn't make any sense. So it had to be Derek Carr's camp who leaked this information, because those are the only two groups that know about this situation. Why would you think the New Orleans Saints would sabotage their own draft by leaking this information? There's only one group that benefits from this, even the slightest. If you don't believe me, go look at all the other Saints media on YouTube. This shit ain't no secret. Just because you see it here doesn't mean I'm making this shit up, because apparently that's what a lot of Derek Carr supporters who watch these videos think. Since it's about your favorite beloved quarterback, it gotta be fake news. Look, let's just cut all the foolishness. Let's just keep it real. Derek Carr no longer wants to play for the New Orleans Saints. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, his guy DA isn't here anymore. And I said this in the Derek Carr video that I made previously. DA was his protection. He was his protector. He was keeping him from scrutiny. DA would throw people under the bus to protect Carr, and there's proof to this. I'm not making this up. Please go do your research instead of coming on here trying to defend Carr. Also, Derek Carr understands that the New Orleans Saints fan base do not like him. I said this in the video that I made, and people just could not fathom this. The New Orleans Saints fan, I want to say 98% of them do not care about Derek Carr on the football field. As a human being, they have no problem with him. But on the football field, he is not that guy. He leaves a lot to be desired if you are watching the game and not looking at just the box score. Damn! The third reason is that Kellen Moore is the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And as a former quarterback and a new head coach, he is going to want to pick his quarterback. Derek Carr was strictly a DA pick. DA brought his homie to town, and now that DA is out of town, Derek Carr sees that the writing is on the wall. Eventually, what the New Orleans Saints was trying to do is say, hey, we're going to pay you this money, but you're going to quarterback this year, and then next year, we don't know what to tell you. Derek Carr said, hey, you're not about to embarrass me by drafting a young quarterback to replace me. I'm not playing at all. I'm injured, and if you try to do something, I'm going to get a surgery, and I'm not going to play, period. And if this is a tactic by Derek Carr's camp, it is quite stupid, because this can ruin your opportunity to play for another team. Like, I don't get it, but whatever. And I'm gonna say this because this is my personal opinion. Everything that I said previously was not my personal opinion. This is shit you can look up, but this is my personal opinion. I believe that this relationship between Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints is completely fractured. I don't think he ever plays another game for the New Orleans Saints. The last game that he'll play as a New Orleans Saints, the last time he put on that fleur-de-lis, will be him flipping for a first down when he didn't need to. The last play of his New Orleans Saint tenure, the era of the Carr in New Orleans, is him diving over the New York Giants defenders for a first down that he did not have to get. He already got the play. He was out of the play. He didn't have to do it, but that's what he wanted to do, and it put him on the sideline. Damn. And one last thing before I end this video. It's crazy to me that you all have a smartphone in the palm of your hand, but you don't care to go do any research about this. And that lets me know that you don't care to do research. You are only defending the player that you like. And that alone to me is so crazy that people are willing to defend their favorite celebrities, favorite sports athletes. They don't know you. They don't care about you. Y'all be on this app defending these people like they owe you something, unless you are their family member. If you're not their family member and you on here defending them just because you like them, you're crazy, especially if they didn't do nothing for you. They didn't do nothing for you. I say Drew Brees is the only quarterback or the only NFL player that I say, hey, look, I'm not going to say anything negative about, because Drew Brees brought my team. I got to see my team hoist a Lombardi. Drew Brees is a GOAT tier person in my household. But Derek Carr hasn't won anything for anybody. He hasn't even won anything for himself. He won it life by going to the NFL. Clap it up, man. Clap it up. Because I didn't go to the NFL. I'm not in the NFL. He won it life. He's making millions of dollars playing a football game. But when it comes to the game of football, Derek Carr has zero accolades of importance. No playoff wins, no conference championship appearances, no Super Bowls, no nothing, no MVP, no All-Pro, no nothing. But you would swear Derek Carr won a championship for you all, the way that y'all come onto my videos telling me I don't know what I'm talking about and lying, talking about I said something that I didn't say. My advice to y'all is to go outside and let the sun hit you. And while you outside, hop in the car, roll the windows down, drive down to the nearest bar, communicate with a woman. You know, communicate with a woman. If that's not your speed, communicate with a man. But you need to get out the house and talk to people. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a franchise quarterback.